podcast, we are going to be talking about things that we don't know anything about. Which is fun.
I love talking about things I don't know anything about.
It's fun because there's a lot of stuff we don't know anything about, but we like to talk about it anyway.
We were raised by people who just pretend that they know everything about everything.
Alright, should we start with the softball?
Sure. Okay, so it's like spherical.
Bigger than a regular baseball.
Slightly. Is it softer?
A little bit.
I think it's a little bit squishy.
What is it made out of?
Foam?
Rubber?
I don't even know what the fucking normal baseball is made out of.
That's made of, like, fabric, I'm pretty sure.
Like leather?
Like, it's like a piece of fabric stuffed with a bunch of smaller pieces of fabric.
Didn't balls used to be made out of, like, pig bladder?
I think that was footballs.
Oh.
Pig skin?
No, pig bladder.
Softball. The thing that pisses me off about softballs is that they're...
Are we still talking about actual softballs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't think this was on the list.
It's not. Why would you need a different ball for girls? Like, fuck off.
Yeah. You know what? It doesn't make any logical sense, because if you're gonna be like, oh, women are dainty and frail, they have smaller hands.
Yeah, give them a smaller ball.
You big dum-dums.
It hurts no matter what you get hit with.
Do you use a glove in softball?
Yes?
I don't know. I thought maybe it was like kickball or something.
No, it's the same thing as baseball except for girls and a different ball.
What about T-ball? What's going on there?
That is a wiffle ball usually on top of a stick.
You
So
see the
it's-
confidence that she has?
But I know this answer. It's different. That's like if you're a toddler and you.
Oh,
you
that's
can't-
that me.
That's what the T stands for.
Well, it stands. You can't have people throwing shit at you because you lose your fucking mind. So instead, they put the ball on a stick.
We just don't want any toddlers coming away from this thinking that everyone's trying to attack them. They're like, Mom, you don't be throwing shit at me.
You hit the ball off of the stick, so you're not allowed to hit the stick.
Oh, okay.
Lose
Lose your fucking mind.
Mom, I really think people are throwing things at me. Yes, Tommy, that happens for 2 hours every Tuesday.
I honestly, we should start with the next should be salmon.
Okay.
Salmon.
So a salmon is a fish.
They're red when you cut them open.
They're great. Okay, so the thing that we mostly like, I don't remember why we brought this up exactly, but we were wondering, like, so they, like, are they freshwater or they're both, right?
The brackish water?
Fresh, what the fuck is that?
I was gonna ask if they're cold water fish.
I think
What?
they're both freshwater.
Where out? What kind of temperature?
No, they're fish. They like boiling water.
Keep your salmon at temperature boiling.
That's where I always keep my fish.
There is such a thing as like a tropical water fish.
Okay.
I don't think they're tropical.
Okay, so probably a cold water fish.
But they're, okay, so, like, the thing where they, like, swim upstream. So they, like, they're saltwater fish, but then they go into freshwater, yeah?
Where's the salt coming from?
They live in the ocean.
They do?
That's what we don't know.
That's what we're trying to find out! And then they swim upstream into rivers to lay their eggs.
I thought they were always in the river and then they swim further upstream.
Okay,
in the
so we
river.
watched this video, this, like, hour-long video on SpongeBob on this thing called Skin Theory, in which...
It's exactly as bad as it sounds.
in which they discuss the scene where Squidward is placed in a salmon suit.
Which sounds upsetting, right? Because he's a fish
He's a
dressed up
fish.
as a fish.
Yeah, so, like, in theory, it's, like, the idea of that, like, you skinned a human. You
Like
killed a human,
Buffalo
skinned...
Bill level shit.
Because the salmon is, like, it's pink. Like, the salmon suit is pink. So you killed a human, skinned that human, and then wore their flesh.
And cook them.
Yeah.
So it's upsetting.
I think salmon raw are also pink.
Maybe.
It's like
Yeah, they are.
nigiri, like sushi.
I guess so, because
Instead of, like,
yeah,
a
I
white
guess so.
person.
Or when, like, Sase ASMR eats...
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Sashimi.
Sushi.
You're right.
Anyway, but we were like, why would these fish know? It's SpongeBob, first of all. But, like, other than that,
I
why
see
would
what
these
you're saying.
fish know what a salmon is? Because are they we're gonna this podcast is just us sounding like dumb bitches.
Three dumb bitches.
We originally wanted the podcast to be called Three Dumb Bitches, but somebody else already had that title.
Three other dumb bitches. Okay, wait, I have a question. Why couldn't it just be that, like, it's like a costume. It's like when you dress up for Halloween and you dress up as a nurse.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I said.
And it's, like, from a different country, so it's, like,
But, like,
appropriative.
So
but...
here's the thing, is that it's not like he's wearing, like, a nurse outfit. He's wearing another body. Like, you're wearing, the idea, like, maybe if you're wearing, like, another human body who's also dressed up as a nurse, maybe that would be, that would equate.
Your issue is the material used to make the costume and not
No,
the source of the costume.
it's the concept of the costume.
It's kind of like blackface for fishes.
It's a fish wearing another physical fish. Like, not made out of salmon necessarily, but, like, I don't know. This is gone. I digress. Salmon, are they freshwater or are they saltwater?
Don't know. Okay,
So
cool.
my question was not answered, but anyway.
Salmon are pink.
That's what we don't know about salmon, is
Okay.
whether or not they're fresh or saltwater fishes. Wait, why would they lay their eggs in a river? Because river is usually, like, very active, right?
Yeah.
Why do they swim upstream?
To lay their eggs.
I don't know.
Dumbass.
I thought we were talking about salmon.
But, like, why not lay them wherever they are normally? Why do they have to go upstream to do that?
Why do toads lay their eggs in water?
Because they're amphibious.
Well, why would salmons are always in water?
Salmons are fish.
They crawl on land to lay their eggs like turtles. But they don't have any feet.
No, my point is, eggs need a very specific environment.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't know why they evolved that way. Don't ask me. I don't understand evolution. I'll add that to the list.
Okay, let's go to something lighthearted.
Okay.
Who is Jackson Pollock?
It sounds like a cologne. Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock.
Does it not?
Indulge your senses.
Am
Am I crazy? Have you guys seen this Gucci commercial with fucking Lana Del Rey and Jared Leto in it?
I've not seen that, but I never watch commercials.
That sounds like something that might exist.
It does. It's kind of weird, but I also kind
It
of
sounds like a little bit like almost as crazy as the song with Elton John and Lady Gaga.
That makes sense to me.
That makes sense to you.
Yeah. Okay, Jackson Pollock. Jackson Pollock is an artist.
Yes, painter. Impressionist.
Okay, I was gonna say like splashes of paint that don't make any sense, so I think that's impressionist.
I was gonna say modern or postmodern.
Can you think of like a painting by him? Because I can't.
No, but I can think of the Daria episode where Jane decorates the school dance Jackson Pollock style.
That's very Dwight Schrute of her.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes.
It's very Jane Lane of her.
So I was like, you're not coming to do with your fucking office.
That's all I know.
I get him confused with Andy Warhol.
Okay.
And I don't think that there's any logical reason to get those people confused other than the fact that they're both white artists.
Artist, yeah.
White male artists. So we'll have to look up some paintings by Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
Because we don't know jack shit about Jackson. This one, I know, so it's strictly for you two.
Okay.
What is the order of the planets heading out from the sun out in our solar system?
We just watched an episode of the Magic School Bus about
Are you
this.
fucking
And I still don't know what the order is. I don't even think I know all the planets' names.
Just for reference.
Okay.
Wait.
Our ages are 30, 25, and 21. And
We've all
watching the Magic School
We've
Bus.
all graduated high school. 2 of us have graduated college. 1 of us has a fucking master's degree.
And I know the order of the planets.
Okay, well, there
But
you
I
go.
learned
You just
that
need to get a
when I got my
master's
master's
degree.
degree.
You just need to get a master's degree in English and creative writing to figure out the order of the planets. Apparently.
I will try to guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how many there are?
There are 8, technically.
I already forgot. Okay, hold on.
Justice for Pluto.
He's a dog. Why does he have to live in a doghouse when fucking Goofy gets his own house?
Also, why does everybody... Is Dog Goofy's last name? Because there's Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, Dog.
Yikes.
Goofy
Goofy dog.
Goofy, what are you doing? Goofy Dog!
I want to say Mercury. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Then I kind of want to say Jupiter. Okay,
I'm
Jupiter.
like trying to sing the Drake and Josh song in my head.
Saturn? Is it Saturn? And then, okay, hold on. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn. So there's 8 total?
Wait, did you want to stick Jupiter in there?
No.
Because did you not say Jupiter?
Oh shit. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn,
What? I don't even know the other.
Neptune.
Okay.
Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. That's my final answer.
I can't believe you choked at the very end.
What is it?
It's
Uranus.
and then Neptune.
Ah!
Damn it.
Oh, we should have known that. They spent like half an hour on Neptune.
You know what I don't get?
What?
Some of the planets aren't even they're all gas.
I know.
That's fucking great. Why is that considered a planet? There's no planet. It's just a ball of fucking gas.
I think there must be a core.
There ain't no planet.
I guess this is part of it.
Ball
So,
of gas.
like, Venus specifically is, like, the one I'm thinking of that is that. But I think there is a core.
Isn't Jupiter also a gas planet?
I think it's, like, mostly gas.
But I think what it is that the rest of space isn't gas. Why does everyone always laugh when I say things?
No.
I'm really trying.
You're not wrong. I think the distinction is, like, what is the difference between a star and a planet?
Okay.
Because a star is also a big gas ball. She's so upset. I mean, you have the right to be. I get it. Like, every time I say something, y'all laugh.
I guess
You're just so funny. I think it must be the elements. Maybe it's the elements involved. Like, if you just hydrogen, then you're a star. But if you got some other shit, then you're a planet. Actually, wait a minute.
I think the size.
You have to be on
matters, too.
fire to be a star?
Size matters.
Here's a really stupid question. Do stars orbit anything other than the sun?
They hurdle.
They whole comet through.
No, the sun is moving.
Stars are moving.
Our sun is moving.
Yeah, everything is moving. You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
But like, we specifically have like a rotation around the
Yeah,
sun, right?
yeah.
Do stars also do that? They're just so far away that their rotation's like it must be. 'Cause
Maybe
they
we
do
don't
move.
know.
That's how Mercury's
Wait, how
a
does
retro-
the-
wait,
how does the
Mercury's a
Milky-
planet.
How does the Milky Way work? There's no like a central point of the Milky Way, right?
The sun? Are there multiple suns?
I'm pretty sure the Milky Way
The
is
sun
like
is also a star.
a conglomerate of like all of the stars we can see that are in the Milky Way.
So, I guess what I'm asking is, maybe planet has to be a satellite of a specific star, because stars don't orbit each other, or do they?
Maybe that makes sense. Like
What is a moon?
that would make a solar system. That's what makes a solar system.
We should patent that.
just for reference, none of us know shit about space.
Obviously.
I don't, but I love conjecture about space.
This is a really hot topic for us. We often talk about space.
I have another space-related question on here. Do you want to address that
That's
now?
probably
Yeah,
what
let's do it now.
what bore this podcast was. I was talking bullshitting about space for like
It
hours.
was more
on end.
just the, like, I think it was probably the albatross discussion that we had in episode 1, but
We
also...
should pop that in here for
We
reference.
we do that pretty often where we're like, is this a thing? And it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think.
Or like the really like great running joke that Shelby knows nothing about the moon.
So my other space-related question is, what is the dark side of the moon?
It's the side we can't damn see.
Because the moon doesn't rotate; it only orbits.
Does it not rotate?
It only. But that
Don't like that fucking face. Miss, I fucking know everything about the moon.
I'm actually not totally sure.
She doesn't even know the moon's name.
She's the keeper of the moon. She doesn't even know the moon's a lesbian.
I don't know if the moon turns.
Because don't every time you look at the moon and you're like, oh, I see all of that going on, and you see the divots and stuff.
And they're always the same, right?
Are they not? I don't remember.
I think they
can't really
are.
Then we're always seeing the same side of the moon.
I was watching this video. I don't know her name.
What about in Australia? Do they have a different side of the moon?
I don't think so.
What does their side look like?
I think it's the same.
Is the same side of the moon always facing Earth regardless of where it is in its rotation around the Earth?
I have no idea.
Oh, maybe by the time it turns back to night, it is turned around completely? Is that what you're saying?
So
I
the
don't
question
know.
I know the podcast isn't going to be able to see this, but here's Earth, here's the moon. Is it moving like this? Or is it moving like this?
Is it spinning while it's moving like that?
Yeah, so is it spinning to where one side is constantly facing the Earth no matter what? Or is it just orbiting the Earth and staying on
Different sides on
So
different
yeah,
parts
like
of the
is
Earth.
your question? We're going back to the same question of does Australia see our side of the moon, or do they see the other side of the moon?
I think so, because I was watching this video by a woman whose name I can't pronounce, and I'm deeply sorry about it, and I won't even try.
Quick heads up, their name is Sharon J. Zhao. They are an author and they're on YouTube and they're phenomenal, so go check them out.
But she was talking about Chinese cultures. There are certain like parts of China where people believe that they associate bunnies with moon spirits because the shape of the like the craters or whatever, or like the imprint on the moon looks like a bunny. And so I think that makes me feel like it's constant.
Okay.
And that it's for like that for us too, because I checked and it looks like a bunny.
We were talking about space.
The dark side.
We never quite, yeah. I guess what I don't understand is like, is the dark side of the moon always dark? But it depends on what you were saying. Like, does the moon rotate or not?
The answer to that is no, because sometimes there is the solar eclipse. So
That's
the
the
opposite
point.
side of the moon
That's so poetic.
would be lit up.
By the sun.
Yeah.
It's very poetic, Emily.
Thank you. It's not. It's
It's fact science.
It's just straight up fact.
All right, let's switch categories. What was the Alamo?
Remember the Alamo! That's all I remember about the Alamo.
It's that they told me to remember it.
Spanish-American War?
Are you asking me?
I'm just
'Cause I
guessing.
don't know.
I'm just speaking it into the zeitgeist.
Okay.
Over the southern United States territory, like what is now currently known as
Texas?
yeah, like Texas and like New Mexico and stuff,
Squirrels.
and even
in
the bottom
Texas
half
are
of
dead.
California, because it was all previously Mexico.
Let's go back. I'd rather have Mexico take California back.
So I don't know. Is that what the Alamo is?
Well, like it was a specific place.
Okay.
Was
Building?
it like a battleground?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a building. I think it's like a battleground.
Yeah. Was it a battle or a place or both? A battle
there
at a
was-
specific
I
place.
think there's a battle at a
Like
specific
Gettysburg.
place. Yeah, but like the Alamo.
What happened there? And what
We
year are we
did-
talking
I'm
about?
thinking of people fought.
Yeah, is that one of the ones where we won, or was that one of the ones where we lost?
I feel like we lost because it's Remember the Alamo. Like, it's like, you should remember this because it's a very sad thing that happened here. Was David
R.I.P.
Crockett involved?
Is Davy Crockett real?
Wait, what's the other guy who's not Davy Crockett, but like basically is Davy Crockett?
Paul Bunyan. I feel like we're playing that game on Whose Line Is It Anywhere where you can only ask questions. That'd be a fun way to have this conversation.
Who is Paul Bunyan? Paul Bunyan is not real? Question mark?
Is Paul Bunyan real? Is Davy Crockett real? I'm serious about
Wait.
that. Am I thinking of
Add that
Johnny
to the
Appleseed?
list.
I'm
Is
thinking...
Paul Bunyan real?
No. I think I'm thinking of Johnny Appleseed.
Wait, why is there
Was he real?
I think so.
why is there a statue of Paul Bunyan in Maine if he's not real?
Where the fuck are there statues of any old white fart?
That's a good
I
question.
think because he's like an important folktale.
he's a folktale.
Like you would have like Rip Van Winkle or something.
What the fuck was his folktale? I don't even know the folktale.
He was enormous. That's
was
it.
he enormous or was his bull enormous or both?
Both.
Okay.
That's kinky.
Yeah.
What?
He had a literal bull. No, wait, she wasn't a bull. She was a cow. Wasn't it a girl?
That's worse.
And she was blue.
I
Wait,
do.
it might have been an ox then.
I do remember that. Blue.
An ox.
Blue ox.
Some large undulate.
I remember
Wait, are cows undulates?
Yes.
somebody. What's an undulate? What does it have to do with hooves?
Large blue
Yeah.
undulate. Got it.
Hooked animals. But
So
I don't
camel.
know. I don't know if you're saying that right. Ungulate? I guess that sounds kind of stupid.
Ungulate.
Ungulate.
I remember
I also don't say Appalachia right. I don't give a fuck.
Appalachia?
Appalachia.
I remember in the Tales of Paul Bunyan, somebody was riding on a pancake griddle with butter as their skates. I remember that because I was a fat child. And I love butter.
True life. I was a fat child and I love butter.
Katie quotes.
Alright, we've gotten off topic because we don't know what the Alamo is. Somebody was there with a coon skin hat. Like a raccoon hat.
I really don't know
That's
anything
so
about
sad.
that.
Yeah,
don't know.
it is. Trash panda hat.
Or raccoon.
I feel like it's possible that we lost, but I also want to say that I don't know if this is
I mean,
Wait.
eventually we won.
blatantly obvious to anyone else, but like America never says that they lose anything.
That's true.
Like my kids, like I was talking to my students about this, and I was talking about the Vietnam War, and I was like, I feel like I don't know that I've heard that we lost, and they were like, yeah, we lost, and I was like, oh, you guys have an up-to-date education system, maybe, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, 50, 60 years later, we've lost the fucking Vietnam War, obviously.
we never should have been involved.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
and we screwed over tons of people.
And we killed a lot of people.
This is so
Horribly
unfamiliar.
maimed them. Isn't it? In the name of capitalism.
Just to be clear, America
Sorry,
sucks.
democracy. So we don't know what the Alamo is.
No idea. That one I don't care to know.
Some sort of a battle in Texas at some point with someone.
We
And
probably
I feel
lost.
like there was a raccoon skin hat.
And I think it was a building.
I still don't know.
Was there a river involved?
I don't think so. It's Texas.
There's plenty of rivers around there. Ever heard of
There's
the
not.
Rio de Grande? Rio de
I
Grande?
guess there's probably rivers in Texas.
There's
It's
at
not
least one
California.
big river.
It's fucking hot, but it's not dry.
We have rivers here! How many times do I have to explain to you?
You sound like Shelby from like 4 nights ago trying to explain P-Sand.
You're not hearing me. I don't know if Davy Crockett's real. There's two historical figures that are very, very similar. One of them is fictional, one of them is not, and I don't know. Daniel. No.
Daniel Boone? David Boone?
Danielle Boone.
David or Daniel?
Something Boone. And Davy Crockett. One of them's real, one of them's not. And that's all I know.
So what we're figuring out for this podcast is there are several things that we didn't know that we didn't know.
So many things.
What is Call of Duty?
It's a game. I don't know what console. I'm thinking PS. Could it be?
Xbox?
It's either the Xbox or the PS3, 4, or both.
I feel like 3.
It's been around for a long
I'm sure
time.
I'm 4. It
Are
may
there-
have been on 2.
It's a shooting game, right?
First person.
We
I
think it's a first-person shooter. I think so.
What is
Call of
the-
Duty.
What is the purpose? Like, what is the plot?
There isn't one. You just shoot people. Oh, that's right. It was on The Office. In an episode of The Office, they were playing Call of Duty, and it was like a World War II game.
Katie,
Yeah,
using-
that's what I was gonna say. It was like some first-person shooters are like completely made up contexts, and so a lot of them, a surprising amount, are like based in actual wars. Like, remember that one time Tristan was playing something and he was like, "I'm fighting Nazis," and we were like, "You're doing what, sir? You're playing a video game, friend." Like,
Katie using her. Actually, Katie and Shelby using their pop culture references to figure shit out. Just sitting here like a bump on a frog. Like, what the
There's
fuck?
also like Assassin's Creed, were also like historically based.
we were accosted last week. No, 2 weeks ago by someone who thought we would know what Assassin's Creed Valhalla
It was
is.
like such a clock, but then like a
Yeah.
misfire of a clock.
He was like, "You guys play the new Assassin's
Obviously,
Creed
you
game?"
play video games, but like which ones? Not Assassin's Creed.
The question is, which
Actually, I do know Assassin's Creed.
I've seen the movie,
Okay.
which was terrible.
Don't ever tell anyone any of this, but I know
It's
some
on the
things.
podcast. You want me to cut it out?
nobody listens to the podcast, Katie.
Assassin's Creed are I think it's usually about bounty hunters. Like you play a bounty hunter, but it's like they are different. They're set in different times and situations.
Yes.
And I think they're mostly fictional. There's like ones about like Vikings. There's ones about like
There's one about like Revolutionary America.
What does creed mean?
So
Creed?
Yeah.
A creed is like your. There's a lot of meanings for that word. Creed was a band. Creed is also like your code. Your like religious, your morals.
like convictions, like religious conviction.
Yeah,
I
but
love
I
the
think-
podcast can hear your toes moving. Anyway.
I think it's usually like more formal. It's like written down.
Creed.
This is your creed.
Okay. Anyway.
Valhalla. Valhalla is like Nordic. Okay.
Yes.
Norse?
Yeah. Norse heaven
Okay.
for
Okay.
soldiers.
Oh, okay.
And that was like, if you got to Valhalla, like, how did you get to Valhalla? And then once you're there, it's like, it's beautiful forever.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like, I want to say it's supposed to be like a feast. It's like a forever feast.
So, video game about a forever feast. Sounds amazing.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I'm just guessing
Oh,
based on what you're telling me that Valhalla is.
I mean, like, Norse themed Assassin's Creed makes a lot of sense. What's interesting about
Assassin's Creed makes a lot of sense.
what I like about the Nordic mythology and religion is that in that hell is cold because they live in like a cold place.
Oh,
Pre-Christian, so like
that's funny.
yeah, if you're fucking cold, that is hell for you.
I hate being fucking cold all the time. I'm gonna make my hell a really cold place.
That's also the one with like Thor and Loki and Odin and Balder.
Yeah, I knew that you would know things about that. That's why I asked you.
To be completely transparent, yeah, Marvel has a little bit to do with that. But I also took like a mythology course wherein I had to
Okay.
read like the Prose Edda by Snorri Sturluson, which is
That is English.
I'm making these words up.
Or yeah, I did that too. I think
Yeah.
it was also
Probably
class.
No.
It wasn't. I think, but it might have been the same class, like
Oh, okay.
just taught by a different person. But yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
read that too. I just didn't. All I retained is that Loki is like genderqueer.
Yes.
Oh, cute. That's all I retained.
And also like considered an antagonist, but like just kind of fucking around.
Yeah, he's like a mischief kind of guy.
Just fucking around. The other thing that really helps cement it is that Lord of the Rings and then by association A Song of Ice and Fire both have a lot of themes that come from Nordic mythology.
Nordic or Norse?
Sorry, Norse.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Nordic is Nordic. I think refers to all of not. It might be. It's either specifically Swedish or all of what's that called? Cold white people. Scandinavian.
Wasps. Okay.
All Scandinavian. I think it's specifically Swedish though.
Okay.
The more I think about it.
Norse was a pagan religion.
What I love about this podcast is that different people are going to. Okay, so anyone's going to listen to it. That'd be amazing. But different people are going to listen to it, and every one of them is going to have about like a 3-minute chunk of this podcast where they know exactly what we should be saying, and they're like, "Man, these guys are fucking idiots."
They're just screaming at the. They're just screaming. They're like,
But nobody knows what
Nobody knows everything.
I fucking dare you.
oh my god.
And also, if you do, like, get a hobby, man.
What are you doing listening to our dumbasses? What was the question?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. You shoot people, I think. Alright, that's what we know about Call of Duty.
Not much.
Name 6 countries in Europe.
Oh god. I don't even
Put
know
that
what,
on there.
what a
It's a
country.
softball.
I don't even know what a country is.
You
So-
name 6
Yeah,
countries
so
in
me
Europe.
specifically, because y'all fucking know.
I mean, I think I could come up with 6.
Europe does that? Okay, what does that include?
That's you tell me.
That's the question.
Italy,
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Spain,
Yes,
Germany,
yes,
England.
yes. I mean, England's technically not something I really country. Yes.
Is it not
Brit-
considered its own
Britain,
country?
Britain.
I don't know what England means. Britain is specifically the island. United Kingdom is the country, which includes
United Kingdom.
Scotland.
What did I say?
England.
Russia!
No.
Oh, fuck.
Wait.
It's considered Eurasian.
Eastern. Yeah.
What about, like Greenland? Is that...
I don't think so.
Damn it.
I don't know. Is it?
I've only gotten 4. Greece?
Yes.
It's a country?
That's Mediterranean.
I think
that's Europe.
I think so. Mediterranean, yeah. Well, no, not the southern half of the Mediterranean because that's all Africa. I think that Greenland is actually considered part of like
Europe.
the Americas.
that's 6,
Oh.
In the sense that because it's closer to Canada, isn't it? Because I think Iceland is lower, and then Greenland is up more north, and it's like over by like Newfoundland and stuff on the side of Canada. This is all conjecture. I do not know.
This whole podcast is conjecture. You don't need to preface that.
I forgot.
Conjecture cast.
I always get fate when I start to. This is what it's like to be us.
To be accountable for what you have to say.
Yes.
For what you say.
Yeah.
You
that,
got
that was 6. If we're counting Green, she's glaring at me.
We're not counting Greenland.
What? That's only 5 then. I don't know what I said. What about like?
You can do it.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I?
I can think of at least one more that you definitely
Ireland?
know. Yay!
Wow.
You did. I was thinking of France, but
Oh shit! I forgot about France.
Ireland.
you and the whole world. I forgot about France. All right, this one's for Shelby. I don't think this will be really that much more difficult, but it probably will be more difficult than Europe. Name 6 countries in Africa.
Kenya, Nigeria, Egypt, Syria. 6?
Yes.
Is it 6? And then there's the whole like western side, Cote d'Ivoire. That's 5.
French, yeah. French
Oh yeah,
colonial.
them fucking colonists.
Yeah. Fucking colonists. I feel like I'm forgetting like an obvious one. I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
South Africa. There's
That's
like
6.
Wait, South Africa is a country?
Mm-hmm.
It's at the bottom of Africa.
Damn.
It's in the southern
It's
hemisphere.
like it's shit.
Is the
It's
Congo
fucking south.
considered a country?
What?
Congo?
Yeah, I think it's like the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
It may
right,
have
right.
changed because it changes pretty frequently. At one point, it may have been called the Democratic Republic. The other one that I know is Togo.
Oh.
I don't know why. I just know it.
I don't know anything about Africa.
Well, we just told you 6 countries.
They didn't teach us anything about
And she didn't
Africa.
even do all of the like easy North African ones like Egypt and Morocco and
She did Egypt.
yeah.
Let's go.
All right, good. Name 6 chick flicks.
Fuck.
Well, 51st States. 51st States.
Wait, what's your Adam Sandler doesn't count as a chick flick.
Why not?
I think that really
Adam
counts.
Sandler.
I know, but
It's
it's
a
not like,
romance
it's not like
film.
Billy Madison level.
I guess so.
or
It's
Big
romance.
Daddy.
From the man who brought you Billy Madison.
I think it's a horror movie. Can you imagine waking up every morning married to Adam Sandler and not knowing how you got there?
Pregnant.
Yes! With children?
On a boat.
That's a fucking horror movie right there.
That's the worst, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have a definition. It's kind of a misogynistic question, but I was like, I don't know, movies.
The Notebook.
Okay.
Love Actually.
Is that a chick flick?
I would consider it to be a chick.
I've never seen it, so I'll take your word for it. That's 3.
It's like 5 different love stories.
It's a Christmas movie.
but it's British, so it's weird.
So it's weird.
One of the love stories is between like 2 porn actors. Yeah, it's weird.
Alan Rickman?
No.
No!
According to page 3. That's 3.
You got any over there?
Oh, yeah, I've got a bunch, but...
Hold on, don't. I'm really trying. I'm really working here.
Well,
Yeah.
no, a bunch may be overselling it.
I think I'm.
It's like a
What about like 16
Oh.
Candles? Does that count?
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, like Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
That would
Legally
be
Blonde.
mine.
13 going on 30?
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
Okay.
I've
I've
seen
never seen
Scott Pilgrim.
No.
it. Doesn't matter. We got 6.
Why not?
Made in Manhattan.
We got
Okay,
6.
yeah.
We got him.
Got him. What about the Bridesmaids movies? Are those chick flicks? Would you consider this like comedy?
Pixel Perfect.
Stop.
Wait. I meant Pitch Perfect.
That's a chick flick.
Pixel perfect.
I don't know though. Bridesmaid is like, that is kind of the question of like, what is a chick flick?
There's what's the movie with like Anne Hathaway and she's like getting married and
Batman.
she has no
My best friend's wedding.
maybe
No.
it's like her and her best friend are both getting married and they fight about
Yes.
the venue and stuff.
I've seen parts of it, but I don't remember what it's called.
My friend made me watch it on our annual or almost annual Anne Hathaway night.
What happened in the War of 1812?
Oh fuck! There was a war.
It only lasted a year.
Was it like infighting? It wasn't infighting, right? The only infighting war we've had is
The Civil War.
the Civil War. Who are we fighting with?
I think it was the British.
The British?
Oh, I was gonna guess like Canada or France or both.
So that happened pretty fast after. So my vast knowledge of Hamilton will help you with this. That happened pretty soon after the like country was established. Only like
20 years.
20 years ish.
Because
So who was
Jefferson
president?
came back to America in 1789. Anyway, I'm a dweeb.
So I think it was the British. I think it was like, okay, so here's my guess.
Why'd you point at me when I said France then?
I don't know. I think it was like the British like thought to take advantage of an opportunity or something, like something happened, or like it was like a bills weren't being paid. We weren't paying our debt. Americans.
What's fucking new, dog?
The young United States was not paying their debt or something, and so the British came and like attacked. The only thing that I know for sure is that the White House was burned down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's do it again.
Actually, okay, so let me be clear about this. Enslaved people built the new one.
Fuck.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, they built the original too, but yeah.
Let's burn this one down.
I was gonna say
Fuck
they
it.
built a new one, but who built a new one? Enslaved people built a new one. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick by my French Canada guess for 1812. I
I'm
think it
gonna
had
guess
something to
that
do
we
with-
were fighting with.
Why?
I have no idea.
Why would the French Canadians be all the way in Maryland?
What does Maryland have to do with
Where
it?
the White House is.
Oh. Is it? I thought it was in DC.
I'm gonna guess that we were
That's
fighting
in
with
Maryland.
Shut up. We're fighting with Florida. We're fighting.
We're in a fight now.
Are you sure DC is in Maryland?
It's in like the southern. It's like right on the edge between.
Virginia.
Yeah, I think. Or is it Virginia or is it West Virginia? I don't know. Yeah. So I think. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about being a Central Californian, but like Oregon seems so fucking far away. It seems so far north that it's like it may as well just be like the Arctic.
It may as well just be fucking Canada, dog.
And it's not even a border state.
Is Washington a border state?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's right above Oregon.
Oh shit.
And I only know that because I'm literally looking at the map right now.
I'm really good at geography. I'm not gonna lie.
We're almost done.
Okay.
What is the plot of the film Fast and the Furious?
I think there's there's either cars or horses, and I'm not sure. Are you serious? I think it's cars. Horses. You want to know who had a Fast and Furious horse
Oh my god. Okay, here, I got it. Okay, there's a bus.
No.
There's a bomb on the bus. There's a bomb on the bus! It won't stop going. It's gaining speed.
Sandra Bullock is on the bus.
Concept. Call it. Fast.
And that's all I know. And
Keanu
there's
Reeves is on the bus too, guys.
and he saves the day.
I mean, Sandra Bullock saves the day. But
Oh,
he's there.
Okay, yeah,
He's
you're
there
right.
too.
You're right.
He like risk his life or whatever.
And then Dustin Hoffman
That's not
Ah,
right.
darn. I really thought I was close.
Actually, I'm not sure. That could be right.
Okay, Dustin Hoffman
Wait, who are you? Finish your sentence.
said something about brains.
That's not right.
Okay.
Do not attempt to grow a brain, John.
That's hilarious. That sounds like something that would be in the room.
All right. The original question was, what is the plot of the film Fast and the Furious?
I think there's some people, and they like to drive cars, and they are in a gang, like a car gang, kind of like a motorcycle gang, but like a car gang, and they like street race, for money, or something.
I have nothing to add. That sounds absolutely perfect. Vin Diesel is there. The Rock is there. Some other guy with no hair is there.
Vin Diesel's there, but The Rock's not there.
Okay,
He's in the later movies. He is in the franchise, but just not in the first
that's pretty amazing, though. I have to say. And I guess that some other bald guy.
one.
That's my guess.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I've seen it, and I don't even have that much to add. I'm pretty sure that Paul Walker's character is an undercover cop, and there's, like, he's in love with Vin Diesel's sister, or his sister's in love with Vin Diesel. I can't remember which one.
Wait,
It's
I'm
somebody's
sorry.
sister.
I literally know nothing. How accurate was that?
It wasn't bad, honestly. Like, you're pretty close.
Oh no!
I mean, how, like, it's called Fast and Furious. Like, how complex can the plot be? Like, they go fast. I don't
They go fast. They go furious.
It kind of ends up having, like, Pirates of the Caribbean syndrome in that, like, later movies get weirdly complex. Like, I think Michelle Rodriguez's character ends up having, like, amnesia at some point. I don't know.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
Wow.
you did pretty good on that one. That was pretty impressive, actually.
Thank you.
All right, last question. What happened in World War One?
Oh, like, wait, was it like, how did it start?
All of it. Anything you know.
Oh, okay. Was it Churchill?
No.
That was two.
That was World War Two.
Okay. I have no idea. Did it have something to do with alcohol?
No. Wait, I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure.
Or was the
alcohol
alcohol
there.
thing after World? When did it happen?
World
Was it in
War
the
One?
Was it in the end of the 1800s?
No.
Beginning of the 90s.
Oh,
It was
beginning of the
1917 to 1921.
Oh, during the
No,
Spanish fucking flu.
1914 to 1917.
Oh, right before the Spanish flu.
That's my thoughts.
I know that in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Jacob fought in the war and is still around in the 20s, so it must have been before that.
And there were survivors.
I like that line where I don't want to praise anything J.K. Rowling was involved with, but I do like that line where he's like, of course I fought in the war, everybody fought in the war.
Who? Well, it was the World War, so everybody was involved. But who were partners?
So Franz Ferdinand
Yes!
was killed.
That's what I was going to say, because we know about that because of the band.
Franz Ferdinand.
And he was either from Serbia or the other one.
Austria.
Austria or Serbia.
Okay.
It was like a group of rebels or something. He was like a leader.
He was at a rebel with some rebels.
But
on a hot
this
night.
period of time is also when Russia is having its revolution. Like
For the revolution.
What's that family?
Bolshevik?
called? What's the family? Anastasia.
Romanov.
Thank you. Romanov's family was getting killed.
That was also crazy fucking true crime story.
Yeah, it was.
Crazy, dog. They like took all the family members, drove them to a house, and they were like, "You guys are just gonna chill here. You're gonna be fine." And then they took them into the fucking basement, and they shot them all in the head.
All the Romanovs?
But yes,
Oh.
but the thing about Anastasia is that why everyone was like, "Oh, she didn't die," is because she got shot in the head and didn't die. They shot her like 3 times.
Oh my god.
And then they took them all out and buried them, and then dug some of them up and reburied them somewhere else. Some of them were poured in acid. I think Anastasia may have been one of them, because
That's
they
so sad.
never definitively found her bones.
That's so sad.
It
Yeah.
is sad. However, it's sad. You're right. It's sad.
Well,
There
yeah,
is no
yeah.
but.
I know that there's a political context for it. Like, I understand. It's a revolution. But, like, yeah, it is sad.
But it's sad. I mean, I also understand, like, in history, you know, when there's revolutions, it's not like you take prisoners. Like, you kill all of them.
Yeah.
But also, like, she was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That sucks. She
Yeah.
didn't have anything to do with it.
And like it seems like a brutal way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to do it nicely.
That's
She
true.
did.
So Franz Ferdinand is a band from the 2000s. He was the one who got killed, and that started everything, and that's all I know about World War One.
But like who were partners? Who were buddies?
I wanted you to
I
ask.
thought we were buddies with Germany, or were we never buddies with Germany?
We're never buddies with Germany.
Okay, were we
I
buddies
wanted
with
you
Russia?
to ask what Franz Ferdinand sang.
Well, he sang a
Ferdinand
song
thing?
from he sang a song in Alice in Wonderland, the live action version. That's the only thing I know about.
Is
Franz
it a he
Ferdinand.
or a band? I thought it was a band.
I don't know.
Band.
Did
They
sing "Float On"? That's Mighty Mouse.
That's, yeah.
they did a song.
That's not Mighty Mouse. That's a different mouse.
They did a song for the live action version Alice in Wonderland.
How does
That's
it go?
all I don't remember.
I only know one song from that album. It's actually really good.
Wasn't it Pink?
No, I was not into Pink at that point. It was All Time Low. It was one of those, like, not quite
That
Fall
makes
Out Boy
sense.
bands. And
Yeah.
it was,
Not quite Fall Out Boy bands.
it was called Painting Flowers, and it's actually really cool. I really like it.
Honestly,
It
I just
checks
like the
out.
music from that show or from that movie. The
Avril
movie's
Lavigne
fucking
song.
terrible,
I hate
but
the movie.
the music is pretty good. Pink did a song for that show. That movie, yeah. I feel like when
Look up the track list.
I realized that it was for that movie, I realized that I didn't know that she'd written it for the movie.
That checks out with the timeline that All Time Low would write a song.
Mm-hmm. Back to World War One.
Okay, World War One. Okay. What I know is, so here's what I know. I'm guessing again. Here's what I'm guessing.
Allegedly.
Hitler was not in like the place of power that he was in World War II in World War One, but he was like working his way up through the ranks, and so like basically things were being set up for fascism to take place. That's what I always think about when people talk about Trump, is like how much time fascism takes. So I don't know. That's like I know that World War One part of their what their motivations were based in fascism, because I know Hitler was scheming. He was scheming. That's all I know. That's literally it.
What were you gonna say?
I cannot remember this man's name. He was the leader of Russia, I believe, and he actually ended up killing more people than
Stalin?
Hitler. Yeah. When was Stalin
Oh.
a thing?
World War II.
Okay.
Well, that's
And
what we're
after.
talking about. That's why Stalin came to power, because they got rid of the royal family. That was the
Oh,
revolution.
right.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I
it didn't
know that,
really
but
work
that
out in
makes
their
sense.
favor, did it?
That's
It's-
what the movie Anastasia's about.
Communism is bad. It's really complex. I feel like this is a topic where we could get into dangerous territory because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Is that not the podcast?
Are Bolsheviks part of this?
Yes.
Why do I know that
Yeah.
name? What do they do?
Bolsheviks. Because that was the rat.
I think that was the party, the
The bat?
Yeah, the
rebel,
rat.
the rebel party.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Rebel, bitch.
Okay, wait. I wanted to follow up with what you were saying,
Okay.
because we were not partners with Germany, and we won ostensibly, right? Germany definitely lost, and they had very high reparations. I don't know what you call that. After a war, people were like, you have to pay to pay us back because you lost this war.
Mm.
And that definitely caused the German people to be susceptible to fascism, because they're like, we're fucking starving.
Oh,
Like-
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love a Wikipedia page that's just a perfect
Very
length.
straight for yes.
The Tootsie Roll Wikipedia page was perfect. Rating Wikipedia pages.
All right, salmon are considered anadromous. Anadromous,
Okay.
which means they live in both fresh and salt
That's
water.
I fucking told
Woo!
y'all.
They are born in freshwater before moving out to the ocean. When it's time to spawn, they head back to freshwater. Also, they're horrifying to look at.
That's what I said. I said all of this.
You did. You were right.
Thank you.
Look at this picture.
Wow, 1 point for me.
What the fuck?
Okay, now look up Squidward in a salmon costume.
Okay.
You'll
Good job.
maybe understand what I'm talking about.
That's cool. Now we know.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. You're right. That is kind of weird.
Thank you.
All right, what was the next question? Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
I'm not doing them in order because I don't remember the order.
That's fine.
Oh, I guess I spelled his name wrong. Oh my god! looks like Muddy Buddies.
It's like
that have
fucking
been
nothing.
wrong.
Oh.
I told you.
I
But is
see.
it impressionist? That's what.
How the fuck would I know? I doubt it.
This is the internet.
How the fuck would I know what impressionist paintings are?
Welcome to the internet.
You kicked yourself out of the internet.
You just kicked yourself out of the internet.
I see. That one's kind of pretty.
I like the one with lots of the ones with lots of colors.
It looks like Where's Waldo?
Waldo's insane. Listen this. When I described it, I imagined a lot more white space on the page. This is like all paint.
Oops, all paint.
It's like an acrylic pour, but
Slash.
done while having a seizure.
They're like, oh my god, Katie.
Sorry. That was not
Homage
okay.
to Jackson Pollock #1.
What I'm saying is, if you go not from image tab, but to other tab, see if you can find Wikipedia, and it'll tell you what kind of painter he was. Abstract expressionism.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know how that's different from impressionism, but we could put that on the list for next.
Oh, thank God you're doing the reading on this.
Battle of the Alamo, 1836, pivotal event in the Texas Revolution.
Oh.
13-day siege. Mexican troops under President General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna reclaimed the Alamo Mission near San Antonio de How do you pronounce X's? Besar? Besar?
Behar?
I'm revealing my whiteness.
Sure.
I don't know.
Modern day San Antonio, killing the Texan and Texian?
Texian.
Why does it say Texian? Shouldn't it be Texan? Oh! Texians were residents of Mexican Texas and later the Republic of Texas. God.
And immigrant
Is
occupiers.
this page locked? Is that like, it's semi-protected? That's a thing now?
What does that mean?
It means you can't just edit it.
Fuck. I want to go in at the end of all Wikipedia pages and say, or so they say.
As it is foretold in the legends.
Only the ancients know. Alright, so it was in the Texas Revolution. The Mexican troops reclaimed the Alamo Mission, killing the immigrant occupiers.
So you know what? We were all kind of right.
Yeah.
Who says remember the Alamo?
Oh yeah, we didn't figure out who Davy Crockett is.
Like, who is telling me to remember the Alamo?
Alright, here we go. Most Americans are familiar with the myths and legends spread by many of the movie and television adaptations, including the 1950s Disney miniseries Davy Crockett.
Okay.
So he was not real,
Okay.
but he did have something to do with the Alamo in retelling.
In post.
Yeah, in post.
Okay.
Who was the other guy? Paul Bunyan.
David Boone?
What about Appleseed? Johnny Appleseed.
Daniel Boone? American missionary. He was a real person, according to Wikipedia.
Johnny Appleseed.
John Chapman, better known as Johnny Appleseed, pioneer nurseryman who introduced apple trees to parts of Pennsylvania, Ontario, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, and West Virginia. He was a Libra.
West Virginia.
Thank you.
Oh, God. Okay, I got Daniel Boone National Forest. I just want to know who that is. Okay, Daniel Boone was an explorer. He is very hideous. He is a Scorpio.
Fuck you, Daniel Boone.
And we've come full circle. Pioneer, explorer, woodsman, frontiersman. American Revolutionary War. Exploration and settlement of what is now Kentucky. Appalachian. So
Is Appalachian?
that is Daniel Boone. Who is Paul Bunyan? There are statues of Paul Bunyan.
Why?
There are many of them.
Why?
Babe the Blue Ox
Oh, it's an ox.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
A statue can be found in Bangor, Maine. This is the one where they filmed It Chapter 2. That was in the book. So that's why I knew who Paul Bunyan was. North American folk hero and lumberjack, Shelby! You called it giant lumberjack and folk hero in America and Canada. Superhuman labors accompanied by Babe the Blue Ox. Oral tradition of North American loggers. And then popularized by a freelance writer. So, he was not real.
Okay, good. We should have probably known that based on the blue undulate.
And the fact that he's like 50 feet tall.
Well, I wasn't sure about that.
I wasn't sure why you would have a statue of a fictional character. That's fucking
Well,
stupid.
I'm-
We're done with the Alamo. We do not remember it anymore. Oh god. We have to start Googling the moon. Hang on. First we're going to do the Battle of
no.
1812.
I say the
Or the
moon
War of
last.
1812. Conflict fought between the U.S. and its allies, and the UK and Ireland and its allies. U.S. declared war in June 1812, and then ended in a stalemate in 1815.
But Florida had nothing to do with it.
Unfortunately, Florida had nothing to do with it.
All right. Well, good to know.
Were you making that up?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Naval blockade. Oh, okay, wait. It did have something to do with France, sort of, because it was resulting from the British war against France. You guys are right. It was England
Okay.
or Britain.
Look up where the White House is.
Can I just, is it on Google Maps? Can I just pull it up on Google Maps? Directions from here.
To the White House.
All right, Shelby, I think we're both going to have to take the win or the L on this one. The White House is like literally on the border of Maryland and Virginia.
Okay.
Like if I get any closer, oh wait. I take it. Okay, well technically it's in DC, right? Which you said. And DC is technically like right. I guess it technically is on the Maryland side of the border, but it also has its own border. We know what Call of Duty is. World War I. Oh, hang on. I want to look up Fast and Furious.
I'm not satisfied with my knowledge of Call of Duty.
Young and
I'm
Restless?
gonna look it up.
Too fast. Too furious.
I've seen like some of them. First film in the franchise. Rob Cohen. David Ayer? What? That's the guy who wrote Squad. Oh, Jordana Brewster. Remember her?
No.
She was like the poor man's Megan Fox, like 10 years before Megan Fox. That was mean. I'm sorry, Jordana.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, Fast and the Furious follows Brian O'Connor, who is Paul Walker, who is an undercover cop tasked with discovering the identities of a group of unknown automobile hijackers led by Dominic Toretto, who's played by Diesel. So, it is exactly what we said it was. I kind of like, if I have seen a lot of Fast and Furious movies, there is also a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds, which is a Nick Cage movie, where he plays a car thief who, by some ridiculous circumstance, is required to steal a ridiculous amount of cars within a short period of time.
The Declaration of Independence.
He has to steal like 1,000 cars in 24 hours. It's some really stupid shit
That's
like
a
that.
lot.
Why the fuck
Yes.
would he need to do that?
I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
I've only seen it once and it was at least 20 years ago. But anyway, I kind of get that mixed up sometimes with Fast and Furious, which I know is insane because I've seen Fast and Furious a lot.
Yeah, I was right about Call of Duty.
It is a first-person shooter?
The first-person shooter, originally, like, the first games were set in World War II.
Oh.
And then, but it like, expanded to, like, the Cold War, futuristic worlds, outer space. But what's upsetting to me, and I'm not going to continue reading about, is there's one called Modern Warfare, which it sounds like it's set in a modern setting. Hold on.
Like in Iraq or?
I mean, hold on. Okay, it's fictional.
Oh, good.
So it came out in 2007, set in 2011.
Ooh.
Where a radical leader has executed the president of an unnamed country in the Middle East.
and an ultranationalist movement ignites a civil war in Russia.
Huh.
Honestly, okay, do you guys ever think about how much
No.
of, like, American media is propaganda?
Yeah. A lot.
Crazy.
Okay, I think once I do World War One, the rest is just outer space.
Okay.
World War One, 1914 to 1918. So good call, Shell.
Woo.
It was known as the War to End All Wars.
Wow, they didn't do a very good job, did they?
Womp womp. Okay, a Yugoslav nationalist assassinated the Austro-Hungarian heir Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo. In response, Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia. So, it was a Serbian guy who killed the Austrian dude.
Okay.
Two coalitions. Triple Entente, France, Russia, and Britain, and then Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. So Italy was in it. And on the German side, again.
Italy also starting to descend into fascism at this time.
Interesting that Japan never really did, I don't think. Even though they were on the fascist side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about Japanese politics.
Yeah,
to
I know nothing about Japanese politics.
Yeah. I think they have a parliament.
What is Italy like?
Good. I think they're good.
They're having a good old time.
I think they're good, right? I don't know. I don't think there's any, like... Are there any, like, overtly fascist countries at this point?
Well, I can
Other
think of
than
one.
America. So yeah, that's who was involved. Was there anything else we needed to know? Alright, somebody else has to read this.
Spin on an axis. Does the moon spin on an... I don't have my glasses on. I can't read.
There's a
Pull too
word.
hard.
There's two R words. One is for when it's spinning on its own axis, and one is for when it's revolve. Okay, so
This-
rotate.
Everybody
versus
shut up.
revolve.
I have it right here. The moon the moon keeps the same face pointing towards the earth because its rate of spin is tidally locked so that it is synchronized with the rate of revolution. The time
That's what
needed
I
to
said.
complete the one orbit. In other words, the moon rotates exactly once every time it circles the earth.
That's what I said.
I'm reading the thing.
But the problem is, does anyone understand the thing?
Its its rate of rotation is the same as its rate of-
Tidally locked?
Same.
The moon keeps the same face pointing towards the earth because its rate of spin is tidally locked. So that, which means like locked, tidally locked. Tidally locked. Like locked to the tides, right?
I thought it created the tides. Rate
Oh,
of
maybe
spin.
that's...
What does that mean? Spin like on its axis?
Okay, so there's two. Okay, so there's two R words. There's
Neither one of them is spin.
there's rotate,
Okay.
and then there's revolve,
Okay.
which is when I go around you.
Okay.
So the Earth rotates and it revolves around the sun.
But does the moon?
Yes, I think so.
I googled, does the moon have an axis? And this is what it says. The moon orbits the earth once every 27.322 days. It also takes approximately 27 days for the moon to rotate once on its axis. As a result, the moon does not seem to be spinning, but appears to observers from Earth to be keeping almost perfectly still. Scientists call this a synchronous rotation.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, what I was saying makes no sense. Because we can see the moon sometimes when the sun is up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not following what she's
So
saying.
sit down. So the moon rotates around the Earth in 27 days. Also, that's what they're saying with the synchronization, is that not only does the moon fully rotate around the Earth in 27 days, but the moon fully rotates itself 27 days.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
I think Bill Nye would hate us. I don't think we should talk to Bill Nye. I think he'd be angry.
You guys are idiots.
Honestly, he was like a more featured part of my education than my teachers, so it's really him who should be responsible.
Way more responsible than our
Why
parents.
did you ever fucking explain the moon to me, Bill Nye?
I'm sure there is an episode on it. I told you to watch it like 3 years ago when we first discovered that you didn't know anything about the moon. Turns out I should have watched it.
that we all should have fucking watched it.
Okay. So my original question was finally answered. The dark side of the moon is we don't know what's over there because we haven't seen it. The scientists have, but can we trust them?
Supposedly. NASA dog has seen it.
Fucking NASA dog has seen it.
Fucking nuts.
But I
dog.
can't see it, and that makes me mad. I want to be able to see it.
I want to be able to see the new moon.
We cannot.
Don't tell me what I
Broke
can and
my
can't
brain.
do.
All right. Final thoughts on the moon?
No, all right. Nothing is settled.
Final thoughts. Was that fun?
We don't know shit. There's a lot of shit we don't know about.
But it's fun to talk about.
I love to pretend that I know shit.
Hmm.
I do think it's very common.
Yes. I like when we talked about, like, the salmon. Like, where we can kind of guess, but we're not really sure.
Yeah.
We're right, or it was right.
It was hard. It's hard to think of things that you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
too.
You have to be affronted with them by some bigwig who probably actually knows a good amount about it.
Or
They'd be
things they
like,
know.
hey, look at this thing. Think about this thing that you don't know anything about, like chess. And you're like, yeah, I'm affronted with the fact that I know nothing about chess.
I know,
That's
like,
why-
a little bit about chess.
That's why I think this is a great subject for a podcast, because no matter what we do in a podcast, there's always going to be someone who's going to be like, you guys are stupid, you don't know anything, here's this. And so we might as well invite it.
Might as well tell them what we don't know things about, which include salmon, the moon, and almost any history question.
Also, a lot of geography questions and
A couple of pop culture, that's not mine.
Yeah, some pop culture stuff.
Depending on the culture.
Yeah.
Something about the moon.
Bye.
Bye!